keep the secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from defenders to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, alright? Today what we're going to be doing is talking about the best playmaking badges on NBA 2K23. Old and new gen, both badges work the same on both systems, okay? Now, before we get any further, just make sure you drop a like, you subscribe to the channel. As you know, liking up the video definitely pushes it to the recommended. Definitely trying to stay within the algorithm, and I'm really trying to go double up on my subs. For the past 2 years, I've hit 200,000. I want to double up that and try to hit 200,000 in just one cycle, which again 2K24 comes out next, obviously September, so I want to make sure I can double up. So if you haven't liked the video, if you haven't subscribed, it would be greatly appreciated. Now let's get into the video. So obviously today, as you see, I'm trying something different. I actually went to tier maker. There was a preset already made, so shout out to whoever made this, man. That's pretty dope. But again, you see here I got S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier. Now let me know if you prefer me to do the tier system like this or do it like I have been doing for the past couple of 2Ks, where I just went to the actual badges and did them myself, okay? What I'm gonna do is just kind of go straight down the line, talk about each badge, what I think about it, and then kind of go from there, all right? So without further ado, let's hop into it. As you see here, we have the ankle breaking badge. And the crazy thing is that ankle breaking badge has been a tier 1 badge most of the time when you're looking at any build, right? It's a tier 1 badge. I have not seen it as a tier 3. I have not seen it as a tier 2. But the question is, how often are you getting ankle breakers? And that's where, to me personally, as a lockdown that doesn't run around with ankle braces, I don't see a lot of ankle breakers, okay? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't get a lot of ankle breakers, okay? So for me, the way that I look at this badge is going to be a C tier badge, right? I just don't see the use of it. 2K thinks it's a tier 1 badge, right? There's just no value within that. So again, I'm gonna put that as a C tier badge, right? Now we have bailout. Now we all know how effective bailout has been throughout the years. Ever since they implemented bailout, it has been a really good badge. This year, with bullet passer being taken out, the requirements of pass accuracy having to be a certain type of attribute. Again, I say this all the time. If you had for a non-primary ball handling build, you're definitely good by just going with 70 pass accuracy. But if you are somebody that is a primary ball handler, you definitely want to try to get to 85 or above. Now, the crazy thing is, what a lot of people might not know is that your pass accuracy does affect the effectiveness of your bailout. All right, so keep that in mind. I have a lockdown 70 pass accuracy and my bailout is on bronze. And yes, I do see the effects of it, but also I can see the difference between my bailout compared to another person that has bronze bailout with a higher pass accuracy. But with that being said, it's still going to be an S tier badge. Like, there's no way, shape, or form you're going to any park game or any rec game, any pro-am game without bailout, right? I mean, that's just not happening. If you don't have bailout on your build, you're definitely going to, might as well just count some turnovers, because it's not going to happen. And I definitely don't want to see anybody in the comment section telling me, well, I don't use bailout and I don't have any issues. Yeah, maybe you just haven't done enough bailouts, right? Then we got break starter. Now, once again, break starter, when it comes to centers, all right, this is a must-have badge, right? When it comes to guards and all that type of stuff, it's not a must-have badge. So how do you put a badge that is only specialized in one thing, which is going to be rec and pro-am, and then also is not going to be used in park, it's not going to be used in 2v2, it's not going to be used in any of those type of deals, but is it still a good badge? Yes, it is still a really good badge, and it's definitely an A tier badge. It would be S tier if it was just for everybody had to have. This is not, everybody doesn't have to have S tier badge, or it's just not a prominent badge, but it's still an A tier badge. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? Then we have the new badge, Clamp Breaker. Now, if you don't know, Clamp Breaker is tight handles and handles for days all put in one, all right? So you can keep that and kind of digest that, so you can kind of see how important this would be. Clamp Breaker obviously is the main corporate that is going to be, is it corporate? Whatever, like the main person that is going to be causing you to have these ankle breaking, these stun animations. And it's not even a if and or buts about it. This is definitely an S tier badge. If you want to have, again, if you need to be, did I say handles for days? Or I want to make sure I said that right. Or was it killer combos? I'm sorry. It's, killer combos and tight handles are put together in this. I think I said handles for days. I'm not sure, but that is what it is. So if you want to have the killer combos and you want to have the handles for days stuns, this badge you need to have as a guard. I just don't see why a guard would not want to have this badge. You definitely want to have this badge as high as you possibly can, okay? And then we're going to go with the Dimer, okay? So we have Dimer. Again, Dimer's a good badge to have, but again, like I said, it's not one of those badges that everybody is begging on. I don't think any of my guards have Dimer. It's still a good badge, but I just don't see that it's necessarily a level to where it is that important, right? So in my estimates, just getting it on bronze, or just like, if you just have a badge or two left over, you can throw it on. Is there a benefit behind it? Yeah, so I'll go ahead and put that as a B tier badge. Then we have Floor General, okay? So Floor General is the same thing, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, or 4 points. So basically for each level of your badge, you get 1 point that's added to the rest of your teammates for attribute purposes. Again, it's a good badge to have. I just don't see that is necessarily a great badge that it's just that's just not the case this year. All right, so in my opinion, I just don't think a lot of people are going to use it. A lot of guards definitely not going to waste their playmaking on it. It's a good badge, but it's just not one that people are going to utilize. So again, that's going to the C tier. Then we have handles for days. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are complaining about stamina. And again, this is one of the things where a lot of the ISO players are now trying to figure out ways to not hold R2, not to utilize that. So I think the community is adjusting to that. But handles for days is still a good badge. It's still a must-have badge. And of course, that is still going to be an S tier badge, right? And then we have, and it's funny, I saying killer combos for Clan Breaker. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. What was the badge last year? It's tight handles, and the other badge, the two badges. Now I'm drawing a blank. I'm feeling like I'm throwing y'all off, but Clan Breaker is, and someone in the comment section is gonna say it, but it's Clan Breaker is gonna be tight handles, and the other badge from last year, I can't remember the name of it, where quick chain. God, dog, there it is. Quick chain. It's quick chain, man. Quick chain and tight handles is all in killer for Clan Breaker. All right, so there you go. Anyway, so Hyperdrive. This actually is a better badge this year. So Hyperdrive comes, well, now beforehand you had to be, this is something that you use on full court, right? But now if you're doing now the triple threat, you start to get animation out of that. There's some combinations you can get it. And to me, I think it's a really good badge this year, especially with people who are trying to abuse the speed. So I guess that now it is definitely a tier badge. A lot of guards will definitely have that, all right? Now we have killer combos, all right? Again, killer combos is a really good badge this year, because now what you're getting is that, actually, I'm throwing y'all all off, man. So Clan Breaker is Clan Breaker. Killer combos is tight handles and quick chain put together. I'm throwing y'all all off. Clan Breaker is still a good a S tier badge, but killer combos, I'm all off for this, man. And so I know y'all about to crucify me in the comment section for having these wrong, but it's just been a long day, man. But yeah, Clan Breaker is just worried about breaking on the clamps, and you just want to make sure that as higher level as you have this, it just helps because it's good against lockdowns that have gold clamps, Hall of Fame clamps. It breaks through it. The killer combos, the ones that's gonna call the stuns and stuff. I can't believe I went this far and just completely had the two badges mixed up. But killer combos is definitely a tier, a S tier badge, right? Like these badges up here, and the thing is this, it's obvious why these are tier 3 badges for most. Well, this is usually tier 2, but these are tier 3 badges for ball handling guards. That's just obvious. Mismatch expert is very controversial. I just don't know about this badge just yet. I think that it needs to be reworked a little bit. A lot of my guards have tried this. They have not had any success with it. Actually, I don't know anybody that's really said that this has been a good badge. People are still ISOing. There's 6'9" demigods, so you're not going to have the mismatch because you're going to be, you're going to be tall. And even my, my guys that are still playing with the smaller builds, I don't see them having issues. They still have not utilized that. So to me, personally, I'm just going to put that down in the C tier because I just don't think that it's a good badge. We all know about Needle Threader, how important this badge is. And the thing, I feel like now with passing lanes being the way it is, I feel like it's even a better badge to have. So I love it. Me as a lockdown, I have it on silver. I just love using this needle threader. It just prevents me from, especially in the rec and pro-am, right? You want to have this badge. So I'm putting this up as an A tier badge. Post playmaker, again, is for a post. I just don't feel like that is something people are going to really worry about and utilize. So I'm putting that there as a C tier badge. We all know quick first step. Do we really have to talk about this? Quick first step definitely is going to be an S tier badge. Then we have special delivery. Special delivery is a good badge. I think that, especially for like centers, lockdowns, those type of individuals, you just want to have this. It just helps you with the lobs. There's nothing worse than throwing lobs and missing out on that. So I'm gonna put this as a B tier badge. Then we have unpluckable. Once again, unpluckable has been kind of in between, right? A lot of people are getting away with silver in gold. No one's really using Hall of Fame. No one's going that high on the dribbling. But again, with lockdowns being as good as they are, and unpluckable still being as effective as it is kind of an offset, but I feel like lockdowns have a massive advantage because a lot of people only have silver unpluckable and a lot of locks have Hall of Fame glove. So with that combination, it can be kind of confusing, but in my humble opinion, it's still an A tier badge. It's still a badge you want to have, and again, if you should try to get as high as you can. Then we have the new vice grip. Now, vice grip to me is very important. I mean, as a lock, as anybody knows, centers and locks, when you get rebounds or you get a steal, you pick it up, vice grip pops up. People are spamming the crap out of you to get that. I get this on silver right now, and again, I would love to try to have it on gold. I can tell the difference when I don't have this badge and when I do have this badge. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put vice grip, and I'm putting that up to the A tier badge, right? So anyway, there you have it, my nephews and nieces, man. These are my tier badges. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, just make sure you drop a like, you subscribe to the channel, and as usual, your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon on the banger. You know, when I say back soon on the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.